We all know that going live is the way to go, and there's no better person to share with us how to go live on Facebook than Brooke Riley. She has built an amazing six-figure following over on Facebook, going live over and over. So tune in and let's hear her tips and tricks to success and the magic behind going live. Hey, my friend, it's Melanie Ferguson, your host of Creatives on Fire, the podcast where I hope to inspire you to create a profitable six-figure following online. So turn it up and listen in to amazing stories of success, along with behind-the-scenes secrets and valuable tips from, you guessed it, Creatives on Fire. All right. We have another Craftathon coming up right around the corner. If you are not familiar with the Craftathon, it is an amazing 48-hour adventure for your online business. So it is where we gather 54 expert crafters to present projects online to the public. This is hands down one of the fastest ways to grow your audience to a six-figure following. And you do not want to miss out on the next one. It is going to be Saturday and Sunday, June 5th through 6th, 2021. I encourage you to check out all things Craftathon at craftathonpresenter.com. And I'm excited to see what this does for your business. Join us on the inside. I'll see you there.
Hi, everybody. It's good to be here. Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate you having me.
You're so welcome. I'm excited to have you on here and wanted to see if you had any advice for why they should even consider going live on Facebook.
Yes. As a new business owner, one of the key struggles is getting your name out there and getting people to even see your stuff in general. That's something that does not matter where you are in business. You're all starting at zero. And one of the hardest things is just being seen. You want in a business to have people to know you and to like you and to trust you. Those are your three components you want to start with. And once they do those things, then they will eventually want to buy from you and want to click on your links and want to do all the things that are in the end going to make you money, which is why we're in business, if we're just totally honest right here. So Facebook Live, and I was about 2.5 years into my business before I started harnessing Facebook Lives. So it's been about a little over 1.5 years ago since I started doing Facebook Lives. So I've been in business 4 years with Refab. And the whole point of me finally going live was because I knew that I needed to be able to relate with my people on a deeper level. I wanted them to know me better, not just know my writing. I wanted them to know my face, my personality, who I was. And so that was the whole point in general of me going live for the first time, was just to be able to relate to those people on a more personal level. And that's exactly what Facebook Lives do. It puts your face in front of them and they feel like they know you on such a deeper level by doing that, which in the end just compounds tremendously in all stages. So
you would say that going live has played a huge part in you growing your business monetarily.
I definitely believe that it has. And listen, I know starting out, and this may be a question you're going to ask me, but I just already know starting out, everybody's like, oh no, I can't do that. I don't want to be in front of a camera. I can't be seen. I'm too scared. Listen, I understand, because I stood over the sink before my very first live thinking I was going to throw up. I was a nervous wreck. I thought, I cannot do this. I'm not made for camera. I don't want people to see my face. And God was like, yes, you are. You are doing this, and he's like, you can do it. And I did it. I did it scared. You've got to do it scared, guys. And listen, the sooner you start in your business, the more you're going to see happen faster. I waited 2.5 years to do this. And if I could go back, I would start day one. So I'm telling you, it's critical. Do it scared. Just do it. Get your face out there.
Right. That's awesome. So that's good advice, guys. Okay, so you've convinced me. I'm hooked. I need to do Facebook Live. What do you think I need? Like, what do I need to go live? How do I go live?
Okay, that is a question I actually get all the time. So I know that you're spot on with asking that. That's what they're probably wondering. And listen, guys, you don't need any fancy equipment. If anybody could see behind the scenes of what I use and what I use on a daily basis with 460,000 followers on Facebook and 41,000 on Instagram, the power of lives is simply based on your phone. I mean, you can use fancy equipment, you can use all the things, and that's great. I'm not saying don't ever do that or that there's something wrong with doing that, but all you need is your cell phone. The power of your iPhone or your Android or whatever it is you use is unimaginable. Like, there is so much you can do from that phone. So simply having your phone, setting it up on a little tripod, or as I do, which I have it set up in a box of pins because those pins help it stay, I don't know, balanced. I don't know. I'm so ghetto over here, but it does not matter. That's the whole point. It does not matter. Just get it out there, get it set up, and just start. Just do it. That's the main thing. But your iPhone is all you need, or your cell phone of any kind that does video. That's all you need.
Awesome. That's awesome advice, because you could use every excuse in the book not to get it started, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Excuses are huge hindrances to your business. So stop making excuses and just do it.
Right. I love all that. Okay. So you've told me I need to go live. You told me I only need this. I'm ready. So how long should I be live? Like, is 2 minutes long enough, or is an hour too long? What would be kind of good?
Okay, so if you go by what Facebook truly wants and what their criteria is for what they want to see in a live video, because listen, this isn't just me saying you should go live because of what it did for me. Facebook wants you to go live on their platform. So when you are utilizing their platform like they want you to, they're going to make your stuff seen more. So it's all good. So what they want you to do and what they recommend is at least 15 minutes. Now, that doesn't mean that if you go over 15 minutes, that's bad, but you do need to take into consideration people's attention spans. Like, if you're live for over an hour, do you really think people are going to sit and watch you for that long? Do you have time to do that? Probably not. So they don't either. So 15 minutes minimum is a really good starting point. I don't think that's end all. Some of my lives are not quite 15 minutes. Some are pretty short. Some I just get on and chat. And some are like 30, 40 minutes. So it just kind of feel your audience, see what they're relating to the most and what's keeping them on the longest, and kind of gauge it from there. But Facebook does recommend 15 minutes. That's long enough to get people engaged with what you're doing, get them to share your video, get new people hopping on, because that's what's good about a live. People will share that, and then other people who see that, they'll hop on and then they'll share, and that's what gets the views going on a Facebook Live and gets it circulating throughout Facebook. So I would recommend just at least 15 minutes, and that's really not as long as it sounds. But if you have to start out and you're not quite there, just get started. Just work towards that goal, but just get on there for one. That's the main thing.
Okay, so if you can only muster out 5 minutes, do it.
Yes.
But 15 would be optimal per Facebook. Awesome.
Yes.
So you were talking about people sharing and commenting and things like that. Is there anything I, as a new business owner and brand new to going live, you could recommend for us to get engagement on our live video?
Yes. Basically, and this is across Facebook in general, not just with lives. So you can utilize this advice all across the Facebook platform, and I mean, even Instagram too. But for Facebook in general and on a live, Facebook wants engagement. That is their key component on their platform. That is what's going to make them know that you are likable and that your people want to see your stuff as if they're engaged in it. So that's going to make them show it to more people. That's going to make them show it to more people, basically. So when people are engaging, and what engagement is simply if somebody likes or does a reaction to your video or your post, or they comment, or they share. Those are what engagement is considered through Facebook. So if somebody's loving your video and they're sending up hearts, or they're commenting saying, oh, this is such a neat idea, or, oh, I love watching you, or they share it to their friends, those are all engagements that's just going to keep pushing your video out to more people so that more people see it, which in return, more people see your business page and follow along, and then it just escalates and compounds. So the main thing that we're trying to do through our pages in general and through our Facebook Lives is getting people to engage. So the things that we're saying in a live need to get people to want to engage. Like maybe you'll say, if you're loving this, send up some hearts or something like that if you're doing a DIY project. Or if you say, if you've got a friend that would love this, send it over to them so they can see what we're doing right now. And then they're like, oh, yeah, Rosie, she would love this. I'm going to send it over to her. And so they hit share. Then when people see more people commenting and more people sharing, it's kind of like you don't want to feel left out. You're like, oh, that must be a cool thing to do because everybody's sharing this. I'm going to share it too. And then it just literally, I think that's what helps the most is when more people start getting engaged, more people see it, more people want to comment because 25,000 other people have, or, not that many, 25 people maybe. And then it just compounds. So engagement is key. Just getting people to engage with your Facebook Live, with your Facebook post, whatever it is, that's key.
Awesome. Well, I agree. So it creates like a little frenzy, and people have that fear of missing out, and they just want to make sure and they get their 2 cents in there too. So that's awesome. So, okay, I've done my video. I've done my first video. I didn't throw up. I have made it through. Nobody watched it live. But is there any tips that you could give me now that the video's over that could possibly help generate some activity on that video?
Okay. Well, okay. And listen, that's very good that you said that. Nobody watched it live. Okay. Starting out, if you've got a small audience, it is likely that you will not have very many on their live. Now, there may be a few, and you may see 5 or 6 pop on, and then you may see 1, because people pop on and off. So those numbers are going to go down. So do not be discouraged by that, okay? Everybody starts out with not very many, and it just grows over time. So don't let that get to you. Now, after you went live, and it is on your page, and you want to kind of get it some more juice, because as soon as you hit end video or whatever it says exactly, you will hit publish and it goes directly to your page. If you've never done a live, that's how it works. After you're done live, it goes directly to your Facebook page when you hit publish, okay? So then it shows up on there. So make sure before you even go live, because this is key to after you go live, make sure that you had a good description on your live. Like, let's say I'm making, what am I making? A DIY patriotic flag or something, ribbon flag. So I would put on my description, I always kind of keep them short and simple, and I would say something like, let's make a DIY ribbon flag for the 4th of July or something like that. You want good keywords that people may search, but you also don't want it to look too stiff. You want it to be fun and sound relatable. So just something simple about what it is you're doing, so that they can read that description and know ahead of time what it is. And then when the live is over and it's on your page and it says, let's make a DIY banner flag for the 4th of July or a ribbon flag for the 4th of July, then they're like, oh, I missed that, but I want to watch that because that sounds really interesting. So even before you go live, thinking about how you're going to word your live is important. And then after it gets on your page, give it a little bit of time to kind of see how they relate to it. But then even the next day, reshare it to your page and then say, if y'all missed this yesterday, I went live for the first time. Show me some love or something like that. And listen, people want to support you, and people follow your page for a reason. They follow your page because they made a conscious effort to follow your page because they like something about you. So don't ever take that for granted. Like, those followers mean something. And whether you have 10 followers, 100 followers, or 100,000, those people are important. And so you need to treat them and just really nurture those people. So don't forget that they love you. That's why they're following you, because they saw something in you that maybe you didn't even see in yourself. So the fact that you did a live video, they are going to be interested in that. But sometimes you have to remind them to be interested in it and be like, don't forget to check out this video I did yesterday. And listen, Facebook algorithms, there's so much I can say on this, but Facebook algorithms, you don't always see things. So don't take it that just because it didn't get a big reach doesn't mean that people didn't like it. A lot of times they probably didn't even see it. So resharing it, there is nothing wrong with that. And to kind of keep it in front of people, because a lot of times people just simply didn't even see that you did it. I share blog posts and live videos more than once, a lot of times, and get a whole new group of people that have been on my page the whole time, but they never saw it the first time around. So recirculating that and making sure that you're telling people to look at it is what I do every single time if something didn't get the reach that I was hoping it would. So that's my advice for that.
I love it, love it, love it. I'm learning stuff. So basically, is it also good to go back and if anyone's commented anything to just, be engaging with them even after it's over though?
Yes. Sorry. That is definitely important. And I'm glad you brought that up. Engagement, you want people to engage with your post. But what's even more important than that is you engaging with the people who engage in your posts. So whether it's a post or a Facebook Live, it's the same exact thing. If people are taking the time to comment on your stuff and they're taking the time to write out that they enjoyed it or that they loved it, you need to be responding to that. Now, listen, there gets to a point that where I'm at right now, I cannot physically respond to every single person on a live. There are times that it's 10 to 15,000 comments, literally. I can't do that. But I do go back and respond as much as possible. And especially to specific ones that had like certain questions or something that would answer the same question that 25 others asked. And then on your post, when you're not going to get as many comments, always try to respond to people or at least give it a reaction. If you can't respond, at least try to give it a reaction. People love to be acknowledged and they love to know that you read their comment and that you're taking the time to respond to it. So especially if you're a baby beginner, which most of the people are going to be watching this, you can do that and you need to do that. That's what's going to set a precedent for your whole page. That's what's going to make people respect and appreciate you even more, and is knowing that you have taken the time to acknowledge them. So that is key. So I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to mention that. Your engagement with them is very, very important.
Awesome. So I love everything you've shared. I appreciate it so much. Is there anything else that you think we've missed about going live that I don't even know? I don't even know what it would be, but is there any other advice you would give to someone who's just starting out and they're starting to go live for the first time and they have aspirations to grow a business from their Facebook page like you have?
Honestly, just everything we talked about, just doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, there gets to be more things that you can do as you go along that's going to help harness that. But starting out as a beginner, just simply doing it. Don't wait 2.5 years like I did. Well, first of all, when I first started, there was no such thing as Facebook Live. That's one reason. But I still waited way too long knowing I should because of my fear. Do not let fear stop you guys. Listen, now I'm not scared at all. I've got a TV segment that I get to be in once a month now in Nashville, like on TV. And I was scared to even go Facebook Live. So you don't know what God has in store for you. And listen, I know this is about Facebook Live, but you do not know what he wants to do in your life and what he wants to do for you. You cannot let fear stand in your way. And that just goes across all things in your business. But especially for Facebook Live, do it. Just do it. Just get on there and just do it. If it's 3 minutes, that's okay. You did it. And then the next time you do it, you're going to feel more comfortable. The next time you're going to feel more comfortable, and it's going to get easier and better as you go along. So my whole key thing is like Nike, just do it. That's my biggest advice.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know it's valuable and we appreciate every single thing that you've shared. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, Melanie. You're awesome. Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you so much, my friend, for listening to the podcast. I'm blessed every single time you come back and listen to an episode. It's especially amazing when you share it with others on social media. So be sure to follow Creatives on Fire online. Listen, if you have not already done so, I want you to go ahead and download the 5 ideas I personally used to explode my online audience growth to a 6-figure following. You can find that at creativesonfirepodcast.com. I appreciate you, and until next time, stay inspired.